Now what we're going to talk about is the ammonia and the nitrite tests. With these two tests and the next one, which is the nitrate test, all of them require timers. You do have to wait 5 minutes before you get your result, a little different than the pH test that we just did. So ammonia. Ammonia is a 2-bottle test. You have bottle 1 and bottle 2. They have different reagents in them, so you do need to use them separately and in sequence. So what we're going to do is, again, push that red tab to the left, open it to the right. You take your test tube, which I've already filled with water from my sump, and I'm going to add 8 drops from bottle 1. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. I'm going to put the cap on. Again, don't use your thumb. Put the cap on, give it a little shake, and now I'm going to go to bottle 2. I'm going to add 8 more drops. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Okay. Give it a little shake. Now I've got a timer here set for 5 minutes. I want to wait 5 minutes before I read that result. It's really important that you do wait those 5 minutes because you're going to see that it's going to look very different between now and then, possibly. Your cell phones, all your smartphones have timers on them. This is a really great use of your smartphone, and you can play music and answer phone calls and do all sorts of stuff while you're doing your testing. Okay, the next test that we're going to do is the nitrite test. This one is the second easiest test next to pH because there's only 1 bottle, and again, we're adding 5 drops. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. That one's a little speedier. Shake it up. My timer is now on 4 minutes and 11 seconds, so I'm going to figure about a minute after my ammonia test is done, my nitrite test is done. So let's do the reading here in a few minutes. We have about 45 seconds here, and I just wanted to mention before this timer goes off is you do have to be very careful about arranging your test tubes so that you don't get them swapped. We've got a couple ways of doing that. One is we've created these racks actually for putting test tubes in, but you can also just put them right next to the columns on your color chart, and that way you know which one is which, because you might notice that yellow shows up on 3 of them, and if you've got yellow in a test tube, it's not going to tell you a lot. So we've got 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, off. And I'm going to set it again because I've still got 1 minute to go on my nitrite. But just to show you, now here is our ammonia. It's bright yellow, just like this. That tells me that I've got 0 parts per million ammonia in this system. That's great. That's exactly what I want to see in a mature aquaponics system. If you start seeing green in this test tube, you know that you've got an issue. That issue is probably either a dead fish somewhere in the system. Sometimes those guys get pulled up into pipes, or they get stuck under something in the bottom of the tank. Their decomposition will actually give off a lot of ammonia. Or you have an anaerobic zone somewhere in your grow beds. The way that you'll know that is it's where the solid waste is getting clogged up. It'll start getting kind of stinky. Nothing will grow there. You solve that by actually disturbing that media and getting rid of that waste that's gone anaerobic on you. Okay, we've got enough time now on the nitrite. There's our nitrite. Blue, again, 0. That's exactly where I want it in a mature aquaponics system. Now, if I were seeing nitrite elevating, it could be exactly the same reasons as what I'm seeing with the ammonia. For that reason, we tend here not to do both the ammonia and the nitrite tests because, frankly, they're telling you most of the time exactly the same thing. So we'll usually just do the ammonia test because that is going to tell you quicker. If you've got a dead fish, it's going to go to ammonia right away. So honest truth, we usually don't even do the nitrite test. We only do that when we're cycling a system to sort of know where we are in the cycling process. If you suddenly see a bunch of green happening in these tests, you're going to want to figure out the answer to the problem, find that dead fish. You might want to do a partial water change, take a third of the water off your system and dilute down that ammonia. Or we're big fans of this product right here. This is called Prime, and Prime will actually instantly knock down the ammonia and the nitrites in your system if you suddenly see them start happening. So this is a way of taking care of it real quickly so that you don't do damage to your fish and start losing fish. This also acts as a dechlorinator. So that's a nice added benefit of this. Okay, so that's what we know about ammonia and nitrite. Now we're going to go on to the nitrate test.